and began the trek on the trail that never ends. As the anxiety subsided and we settled in, we found ourselves not only dealing with the constant bombardment of anatomical structures and physiological processes of various animal species, but we were also forced to adapt to the different points of views of our classmates. Elena. I'm sure you can attest to that.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, World War III was imminent. And the first bombs to go off were right here in Grand Cayman. Hell, it was so uncomfortable it even made Canada uncomfortable. Okay. The bus rides out to the CTF were the worst, though. Nobody talked for weeks. It was crazy, ridiculous. But with a little bit of help from our professors and our friends of the class, we were able to pass that test. Test? Test, you say? Well, guys and gals, I'm here to tell you, everything's a test. It's a diagnostic test. It's that weird case that walks in on Friday that you're the third referral. Whether it's an unruly employee or a client you just need to fire, there will always be a hurdle, an obstacle, a problem you need to fix. Something you're going to get snagged on. The test. You know, working with my dad as a little pup, I'd say, Dad, I think we've got a problem. Naturally, he goes, nah. It's never a problem. It's a chance to succeed. So next time you think you got a problem, think about everything you know and work your way to that success. Like we've done tonight. Speaking of professors, Dr. Rosenthal, thank you. Thank you for 7 semesters of putting up with phone calls, emails, letters, more phone calls, that somewhere in the body, the title or the subject line had something to do with me and my shenanigans. Naturally, it wasn't all my fault. I just happened to be in the wrong place at the right time. I mean, kind of a lucky guy. At one point, you know, I started rating the semester on how many emails I received from you or Dr. Shields or Dr. O'Halley, or all 3 of you for that fact. It was kind of funny. The worse it was, the more professors and deans happened to be on the 2 and the CC list. It was a sight to see. They were kind of nice emails too, you know. It started off like, "Hi Kelly, blah blah blah. Something has come to our attention. Blah blah blah. And I'm gonna have to see you in my office." I gotta say, there were a few times, okay, maybe one time, where I was kind of like, great, what did I do now? But now I have my own chair in her office, and I heard there's a plaque on its way, am I correct? My name's spelled right?
It says doctor.
Oh, wow. Preemptive there. In pencil, so we can erase it. Okay. Well, Dr. Shields, I don't see her tonight. You're awesome. We love your classes. And I'm really sorry about that turtle thing. I could have swore I saw some fishing line on its flipper. And that's all I was doing, was just checking it out. Dr. Lee, where are you? What's the public health significance, folks? Dr. Rodriguez, where are you? I gotta say, you know, Chris and Jordan and I one day were like, who's got bets on how many Ks he lays down or lies down? Technically it's live. I don't even know the difference. I gotta say, the 2-hour period, We hit over 100. Hold on, but that was at the break.
That was a good day.
What was the number, Jordy?
It was like 102, but then we multiplied by 2.
Yeah.
Can they do that?
Just that here.
To all of our professors, thank you. Thank you very much. We learned something from all of you. Even the classes we loathed. We still learned something. All right, kids, hold on. We need to get moving here. Okay, we've just been circling. Okay, we've been getting all tangential and stuff. We need to get on pace. Okay, here we go. That was for you, there, Dr. You know, during my time here, I was awarded the opportunity to not only gain vital knowledge of veterinary medicine, but I was also granted the privilege of meeting a diverse and well-rounded group of individuals that in the end all have the same goal. During this time I realized something else, something so simple that I overlooked it for so long until we had our veterinary leadership experience. I recognized that we all have that special something that is driving us to our goal. That special something, it can be a moment in time, a simple gift, an amazing place, an extraordinary person, or your fantastic family. They all inspire us, drive us, support us, guide us, and lead us in the right direction so that we may attain our common goal. Sometimes these things come with a loss. Some will make you cry. Some will make you laugh, and some will make you say, hell yeah. No matter what it is, it's deep-rooted, and it's part of you, yet unique. So hold on tight to it. Never forget it. Never forget why you came here. Your love for the animals, for your family, current or future, for you. Now, Marcia, constantly curious, whether you become a world-renowned pathologist from the Bronx or a USDA meat inspector. Not a joke, she's vegetarian. Vegan, excuse me, vegan. No meat. Or something in between, no matter what it is. Keep working hard. It took you a long time to get here, and ain't nothing gonna stop you. Meg! Right. Our little Canadian country girl. And our dive instructor, some of us. Probably going to be a Marine vet by day, farm girl at always over there in the corner, smiling at Jordy, looking at me. Should I laugh? Should I say something? And Ashley, you talk entirely too much. Calm down. Our little equine practitioner and traveling motivational speaker. You blew our minds when you taught us about transponation. It was amazing. Jordy, come on. Chris, where are you? Our red-bearded terrorist. Never really worried about anything. Foot up, hands back, always doing the least amount possible to get the best results. You're amazing. But know one thing. If his modeling career never takes off, which it probably won't, at least you have something to fall back on. Volleyball. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. Whether you go back to Toronto or become the leading expert in urologists at the University of Minnesota, which it could happen, yeah. We can always count on you to take care of Rebecca and Elena. You can't take care of yourself. Because you've been having too much fun. Rebecca. Becky Lynn. Huh? Speak up. You heard that often from me. I know. An advocate for shelter and rescue medicine and yelling at Oakley. If anybody was looking for you, they could find you with Elena or Michelle and a couple bottles of wine. Usually the night before an exam. Sahaj.
I've been waiting for this.
Hey man, how you doing?
Can't wait to hear this one.
Don't change the freaking question. We all thought you had Asperger's at first. But then we just realized that it just wasn't your first rodeo. Or the first time around the block. And you had Asperger's. I'm just kidding. You're a fine young man. And no matter what you do, where you go, you're going to be a fine man.
Thank you.
Olivia, our very own Miss Cayman. Rita. Oh, and spokesman for KFC and Popeye's Chicken. She loves chicken, it's crazy. We all know you're going to come back and make your country, and more importantly, your father, very proud. Elena, our gunner. Sometimes I actually envisioned us choking each other out.
So did we, Kelly.
But choking her, both of us out at the same time. So anyways, imagine us sitting there choking each other out until we just pass out and fall down. Trust me, I've thought about it more than once. But that doesn't mean anything. It just means that deep, deep, deep down, somewhere in a small, dark, damp hole of our souls, we actually appreciate and respect each other. Janine, a lovely addition to our class a couple semesters ago. We were so glad to have you, and you're going to make a fantastic clinical student at Illinois. Thank you.
Stop it.
Who's that?
Family.
I haven't missed anybody, have I? Jordy? Jordy! Jordan, 2 scoops, Pressman. The youngest in the school when we started. Well, second youngest. There was never a dull moment in class. Ever. And it always smelled great. He was always eating something. Whether it was in your class with a toaster or eats breakfast, something. There, yeah, I already said that. Oh yeah, and we always look forward to Mondays. You know why? Well, we could always hear of his weekend escapades and highly questionable decisions. You taught us all a very important lesson. Besides, do it live. Be yourself. As for me, I just consider myself a lucky man. I have a beautiful family, a great education, and I get to call you all my friends and colleagues. You know, as we prepare for the next set of challenges in this everlasting journey, keep this in mind, just a couple things. Be a servant to the people. Never judge a patient by their breed or a client by their creed. Keep it simple. Think horse, not zebra. As quoted from Dr. Poteet, one of our visiting professors, don't be a dumbass. Okay? Remember why you came here. Remember your drive. Don't ever stop learning. Failure is never an option. Ever. I got 2 more pages already. I was just kidding. Prepare for the worst. Hope for the best. Be zealous, yet humble. Learn from your mistakes. Trust me. We will make them. You guys, we are young. We're intelligent. We're proud. We're resourceful. Fearless. We've got the bull by his horns. We've got the foundation. We have the skills, and we have the knowledge to propel us to the next stage of our adventure. Whether we're at Illinois, Mississippi, Minnesota, Oklahoma, or Georgia, we're going to be having a great adventure. But unfortunately, we won't be doing it together. But no matter what, we can always pick up the phone, send an email, pick up Skype, give somebody a call. We're only a Skype call away. You guys, thank you so much for a wonderful 7 semesters. It's been fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Okay, Kelly, thank you. That was definitely worth all the anticipation. We'll have some closing remarks from Dean Rosenthal. And when that's all over, we have a slideshow and some refreshments. Okay, Dean Rosenthal.
Well, Kelly. Was that your script, huh? Pretty good. I have some remarks that I'm going to get to, but seeing it all together reminds me why I love the class. It is absolutely a class that had a lot of character and characters in it. And I know friends and family who are here, especially parents, it's hard to know the experiences that your students went through, although Kelly came pretty close to talking about it. But we could not be more proud of this group. This is just an extraordinary group of students in every sense. And they've worked, despite what you heard from Kelly, worked extremely, extremely hard. And they really around the school make us very proud. It's going to be really sad to see them go because they're part of our fabric. And this, especially this performance by Kelly, makes us remember how much we're going to miss them because they were just so much fun. And it really is very difficult in a short ceremony to convey to you how important they were to the school and how much we're going to miss them and how hard they worked to get where they are. A lot of joking went on, but they worked really, really hard. And they really did act very much like a group. And as Kelly was saying at the end, how they should stay in touch because it's just a very close group, and so I really will miss all of you. And it just reminds me how much fun you guys were to teach, and how walking into class each day, I never knew what I was going to see. And I've been teaching since 1990, and I have to say that Jordan did something I've never ever seen a student before. He walked in with a toaster oven and plugged it in the middle of class, and that was extraordinary. For me to say, I've seen thousands of students, I've seen something I've never seen before. I wish I could give you an award just for that. That was amazing. And then, of course, Kelly, every time you walked into class, you never knew what you were going to get. And there truly is a chair in my office with Kelly's name on it that I've been waiting all semester for you to come. I actually made him come in this semester because I didn't send you one of those, "Hi Kelly, it's come to our attention that blah, blah, blah. We need to see you, blah, blah, blah." Fortunately for you, none of those blah, blah, blahs included the chief of police or the chancellor in Orlando. That's why you're still here. Please keep it that way. It was partly your smile. The only thing that kept you still here is that you made us laugh so much we couldn't kick you out. You would keep us laughing, right? So just want to say a few words, and then as Dr. Dickinson said, we have some refreshments over there. So I get hundreds of emails a day, I'd say. On average, I think 100 of them are from a company that's telling me whatever drug I need, it's available in Canada, so thank you. Really, Michelle, Meg, thank you very much for Canada. 100 of them are from Angel, who tells me what to do, and if you didn't know, Angel actually runs this school, which the last few weeks has been tough with Angel not here. And she sends her best wishes to all of you. And about 50 of them are from Dr. Roberts and Dr. Lee, reminding me of something they just told me 5 minutes ago in my office, and I'm going to forget, so I appreciate that. And then about 50 or so from students who need to ask me things like, is it okay to have a Battle of the Bands fundraiser the same day and same time that the med school's having a step exam? So I guess you'll forgive me if reading my spam mail is actually entertaining and relaxing, because sometimes it is. And the other day, for like about the third time in a row, I got an email in my spam folder, and it read, "Simplify your future." Not so different than what Kelly was talking about and some of the things that Dr. Roberts was talking about earlier, but for most of us here, our future is pretty simple. The next 2 weeks we have off. You guys got to work. So, but your future may not seem so simple, and so I want to talk a little bit about your future and why it's actually simpler than you think. So really, because your future is going to start out with, where do I go on my first day? How do I fill out that paperwork? What's the student password on the computer? Can I remember how to use my stethoscope? Where are the bathrooms? That's your future. And the Simplify Your Future, I think, is really perfect for this ceremony, because really the ceremony is all about your future and what's going to happen. And what the email said actually made a lot of sense. It says, don't make things complicated, make it simple, right? No zebras. And this is how you do it, according to the spam email. Be generous and expert, trustworthy and clear, open-minded and adaptable, persistent and present. So let me put that in perspective of your clinical future. So generous. Generous means to focus on others in a sincere and giving manner. Translation, when the resident on your service, who will be responsible for your grade, comes in at 6 a.m. on a Sunday to help you out, you should sincerely and in a giving manner let the resident have that grande latte you just bought for yourself, and to make it really simple, give them that breakfast burrito you have. Or Jordan, make them breakfast in your toaster. Okay? Expert. Always do your best and never stop getting better. Translation, when the pharmacy technician, who has the personality of a parole officer, tosses a script back in your face and says, you wrote SID, should be Q 24 hours, say thank you very much, I'll do better next time. Trustworthy, that means doing things right even when no one's looking. So when you're doing morning treatments at 5 a.m. by yourself, and you're asked to take a rectal temperature on a jungle cat, you do it. Or, Kelly, it means, please don't do something else that brings you into that memorial chair in my office. Yes, especially from Georgia. And then clear. Clear means to effectively communicate, which translation means at 10 p.m. when your shift in ICU is over, you clearly communicate to the ICU nurse that you are happy to spend the next 8 hours on vent watch because you have nothing else to do on a Friday night. Make that very clear to them. Persistent means keep trying until you get what you want. Translation means trying to get that catheter in that land shark known as Chi-Chi the Chihuahua. Keep doing it even though you may have spent enough money to buy a new car and catheters. Just get that in. Present, which means to see the details of life as it unfolds. Translation for clinics, when that code is rushed into ER, don't go off to do medical records, but do something. Put your stethoscope on that dog. Put gloves on. Get the ECG leads ready. Get the crash cart ready. Call up the referring veterinarian. Talk to the owner. Do something. Be prepared. Be involved. Show up. That's what it means to be present. So at this point, I want to remind you of things that I know are true, and I think you probably don't yet know are true. And I say this with all honesty because I've worked with all of you. I know some of you extremely well. You've helped me out in projects, and I believe in every single one of you. You are just such a wonderful class. You have unbelievable work ethic, and so this is true, and you're probably not believing this yet. But I tell this to every class when they leave, and it certainly with you, it just rings so true. You're better prepared to deal with every question, every clinical challenge, every angry intern, every sadistic resident who makes you write 25 pages of soaps for every problem. You're more prepared than any stateside student ever has been. You've worked really hard, and you've done so well. I guarantee that you'll exert more effort. You'll be at your rotation earlier. You'll stay later. And you'll be the student that the clinician will scream at you, leave here, you've been here 24 hours already, go home. That's the one that Dr. Roberts was talking about, and that's who every one of you will be. And the other thing is that every single one of you will do it with a smile on your face and not one grumble, because that's who you are, because that's what you did here. And I hope you realize that you're starting the best 12 months of your veterinary career. And all of us here are so excited to hear about it. Please communicate with us, tell us how it's going. And I have to say that I speak for all the faculty there. We are truly sad to see you go. You've been such an asset to this school. We've loved having you here. We are certainly excited for what lies ahead for you. But really just simplify things, and your future is going to be great, and you're going to succeed, and I'm going to miss every single one of you. Thank you so much.
Good job, kids. Hey, we have a slideshow and refreshments.
Is that it?
Turn the volume up on the computer. About halfway through, the whole thing blew up. Yeah, something happened. It stopped working.
Most people's coats were on by the time it stopped.
Yeah, close.
Yeah.
Oh well. I'll post the rest of it. He's still recording there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, we're doing this show.
I know.
It's a red button on it.
So go